is when Tyvis diagrams stuff for us on the whiteboard, we all become smarter football fans. And
let's get to this.
Yes. Bring it out, Earl.
Look at him. Earlier this week, we had a play that G. Bush
He's going to go at
John
you on
Johnson
this one.
for. And now Tyvis is going to defend John Johnson and why.
If y'all ain't subscribed to this, I don't know what you doing. This man is hilarious right now. What I'm about to do is change a mind.
By the way, as he's preparing,
can we show the play? We can show the all 22.
He wanted to see it. They wanted to wait till afterwards.
Tyvis draw it up so they can see what they're
Let me say something real quick, by the way. You know how you guys complain that Stefanski is worried about analytics too much? You know how you guys complain that
I don't know that it's Stefanski that's
analytics says to pass the ball on first down most of the time.
Yeah, analytics doesn't have Nick Chubb.
Okay, you know which team has run the ball on first down more than any team?
It better be the Browns, and it better be by the lot.
Well, I don't know if it's by a lot, but they're first.
Well, it should be, because they've got the best running back in the league.
Well, so he's one of the best running backs.
You're comparing, you keep saying, do you know where they stand in terms of run? Do you know where they stand? And then you said seventh. Why would it be anything
but everything else was first or second.
Well, everything should be first, because that's what, like Aditi said yesterday. Aditi, who's smart and rational, not like us, yelling and screaming.
I'm rational. Much more rational about this than you are.
Aditi is the voice of calm and reason. She even said, what are we doing? Know who you are,
Jay,
and do what you do.
Okay. Jay, let me
I think Stefanski, by the way, I think Stefanski's doing a fine job.
You're red meat in the cage.
Go ahead, man. All right, here we go. So they came out in 22 personnel.
At least tell the play that we're going to show. What is this play?
This is the John Johnson play on the goal
touchdown line.
Yeah,
the
touchdown
Ravens on the goal line.
So they come out in 22 personnel. 22 personnel stands for 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. As you can see, boom, boom, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. So as this play, the Browns was in man-to-man. So as play goes, he motions, they jet sweep him on the snap. Okay, and you're in man-to-man as a safety. This is your fit is outside of your man.
Right.
Okay, so you would agree that John Johnson would be, this is his gap technically.
Right.
Corner's the leverage guy. Okay. Linebackers is working 32. 32 means that us 3 got these 2 running backs. So if he went that way, he'd take him. If he go that way, he'd take him. He'd be the free hitter. If both went that way, he'd take one, he'd be the free guy. Okay? Right. All on the same page. Motion comes over here. The fullback comes in motion, okay? This guy blocks down. He blocks down. Not only did he block down, he blocked him down to about right there.
Yeah,
okay?
He blew him up.
Yeah, okay. So you agree that happened?
He definitely blew him up.
Okay. This guy is in man, so he's coming to meet this guy, right? What he didn't realize was this guy blocked him, okay? This guy, corner, stayed right here and took on this contact. What he should have did was he should have met it, because if he met it, he would have squeezed things down. John Johnson is too busy looking at his guy because he want to make sure that it's a run. As he's trying to get over this, he runs into this crap right here.
Interference.
And couldn't get there.
Yeah.
But, wait a minute.
I just want to clarify. John Johnson has that guy blocking down, right?
Right here. This is his gap. So he fits on the outside of this guy.
What man does he have in man-to-man coverage?
This tight end right here.
Okay, go ahead.
That's his guy.
Okay.
You agree that he was down here, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So technically, when this ball hits, this running back hits through here, right? Mm-hmm. That's not his gap. His gap is right here, okay? This JOK technically is the reason why this happened. He should have went over this. Instead, he went under this, which then picked him off, so now it creates a big gap. If he comes in and squeezes it down, JOK goes over it, there's no gap for him to go but here, and boom, the safety makes the play.
All right. So
show the play.
So show the play. So show the play.
Great job, Earl. Great work.
All right, here we go. You see the motion. You see JOK. You see JOK jump inside. Wait, take it back. Take it back. Go slow because y'all go. Oh, that's right. We can't rewind.
We can't go. This is just what it is.
All right. Boom. JOK. Boom. He jumps inside. You see that? But you see J3's gap though. J3's gap is what I said. Where y'all see where the tight end is?
I know, but what about right now?
Okay. Right now, the only person that can, if you've never been in this situation, because I've been in this situation before, That play hit so fast that he's so busy looking at this guy. The only thing he can do is dive.
Hold on.
That's it. He's not going to
Why
make the
not
play.
dive and try to
He's
take
not
his
going to make
legs
the
out?
play. I'm telling you. He's not. It's going too fast. I'm telling you.
First of all,
I've been in this situation before.
First of all,
Did you dive in that situation?
Yes, and I didn't get it.
Well, let me just give you this.
Man, right there, it looks like he has.
He ain't going to get it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I know what it looked like. He's not going to get it.
Okay. Here's my thing. First of all, look at his footwork. His footwork is horrible. He's hopping in one spot. You took 3 false steps. That's why it happens fast.
He did take a false step.
False steps
He did.
on the goal line is trouble. That means if you blink, it's done. That's technique. Hold on. I'm just giving it to you. Now, look, that's technique. Right here, when he gives that third eye, when play goes down and you got to block down, you got to redirect. It ain't this way and then go. No, it's boom, put the left foot down, redirect now, down the line of scrimmage. That's a poor angle, and he does not look. See how he turned his body? You'll never get there. Shoulders ain't square. Second of all, third of all, when you talking about on the goal line, you know what they call that. Your back is against the wall. You better do everything you can to get to that ball clear. Crawl, scratch. I don't care what you got to do. At the end of the day, hold on, this is a loaf. Let me tell you why it's a loaf. A loaf he knows this, a loaf is any change of speed on the field. That means if you change and you gear that down, you loafing. He should have busted his ass to get to the ball carrier, and he did this. That is unacceptable. He took false steps. His technique was terrible, and he didn't go after the play. That's not excusable. Nah.
Can you play it one more time?
And he's unblocked.
It's not his gap. How you gonna be mad? All right, at the beginning of the play.
It is his gap.
No, it is not his gap. It's not his gap.
You know why it's his gap? You do know that if you in C gap, and C gap,
he's not.
If they close down and they block down,
That's your
that
gap.
means C-back gap going with you.
Exactly.
So here's my thing.
Which is why he's going down.
But you got to keep your shoulders square. When you go down, look, he turns his shoulders, it's wrap. You close down here, keep your shoulders outside shoulder free, right down the line of scrimmage. That's the technique. That's it.
Okay, he keeps square and go down. Guess who he runs into? JOK, because he decided to go underneath a block, which you know that you should never do.
The only reason
if anything, you want to get outside and send it back to your leverage. Am I right?
JOK is wrong in that area.
Thank you.
He did that.
All right, thank you,
But
because
here's
that's the big problem that nobody's addressing.
JOK was wrong too. But
Thank you for saying that.
But I'll keep it real. But the problem with him is he wouldn't have even been that close to him if he wouldn't have took 2 false steps. You know you can't take no false steps back there. His coach is telling him that today.
How about this, G? How about this? At the end of the day, I
hope the Browns are screaming.
No, at the end of the day, you're responsible for doing your job. My job is my gap. Okay, I can't be worried about having to try to sight adjust for somebody because I trust that guy's going to do his job. So therefore, my gap is the C gap. So I am going to hold the C gap and trust that my people are going to do what they're supposed to do. Hold on, because this is what the problem is. You get out there and you try to be Superman, and now you end up busting coverage and you start busting stuff. That's where the stuff happens because you're trying to overcompensate for somebody else. Do your job. If your job is to get the D gap and go over something to get there and leverage the ball, do that. That way I can do my job.
That's on JOK. I get you with
Thank
that.
you.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, and this is the problem, and it's so eloquently put out. He knows what he's talking about. But here's what I'm going to say. The problem with the Cleveland Browns is this. Everybody think it's just good enough to be in your gap. My coach said, listen, we recruited you. You're the number 1 player. You're the highest player you ever got. Your job ain't to be in no gaps. You got to make plays. If you don't make no plays, we going to get fired. And the bottom line is we got a lot of people out here making when I turn on the tape and I see the Troy Polamalu's and I see the Ed Reeds and I see these guys out here making plays, you know what they say? I already know what the down and distance is.
Tyvis' guy, Von Bell.
He make plays. It's about making plays. Sometimes it's that innate thing inside you that says, I know what time. I watch my film. I know what it is. But sometimes you got to make a play. I don't see nobody making no plays. It's too many people in gaps talking about it ain't my fault. Listen, you ain't never supposed to think somebody else is going to make that play, ever. If Tyvis is playing, I don't even know where Tyvis is in the back because I think I got to make the play. My thing is, if you're going to be back there and you on the goal line, you understand what it is, you got to at least tell yourself, I'm never going to not show the most passion and effort getting to that ball. I don't care if I got to dive, whatever I need to, because at least the coach can say, your technique was terrible here, but that's great effort on backside. And if we had great effort here, and then corner had great effort, and JOK has great effort, you can game tackle somebody. But I don't never want to see no defense ever hand the ball to a running back, and you got two dudes near him, and you don't even attempt to tackle him. That is what is going to cause you to be a 1, 2, 3 win team, and it's been happening for years.
So let me ask you guys this. I kind of want to recap with both of them for a second, Mikey.
Then I got a question for you guys.
Okay. So is it fair to say, both of you, that JOK didn't do his job on this play? Okay. Is it then fair to say, as G suggests, that John Johnson initially was doing his job properly?
Yes.
But had bad technique, and that didn't allow him to make up and do his job the second time around?
You could say that his footwork could be better, and if he had better footwork, it would have put him in a better position to recover.
Okay, and then thirdly, at the very least, shouldn't John Johnson have, even if he's going to end up missing, made an attempt to dive and
I
get the
agree.
legs?
He could have dove.
Okay.
I don't think it would have done anything.
Okay,
but I
but
think he could have
even
at
if
least
there's a
put it on
5% chance,
because he stepped
shouldn't he have
under.
done it?
Yeah, he should have. Yes, if you want to show that you're selling out with effort, yeah, you should.
So it's fair to at least be somewhat critical of him.
Yes,
on the play.
but from a defensive play standpoint, JOK messed up when he went underneath the block. The corner could have came, condensed the play down. If he would have met that fullback, the gap would have been smaller.
whose
And
fault?
guess what?
And the corner,
even if he stepped under himself, had bad footwork, that gap would have been so small he could have made it.
the corner, he's right. The corner has to constrict, especially when you being kicked out.
He sat there and waited on that fullback.
Because if you do, the gap goes from this big to this big because the backside is blocking down and you're staying right here. So the C gap just became from here to here.
So wouldn't we all agree that this has been a consistent problem of guys not doing their job, that we've seen this all year with this defense?
Yeah, but
and that ultimately, yeah, you can blame the players, but that goes back to coaching as well.
No.
Okay.
No, because that's just JOK did that because he took the easy way out. He's an athletic guy, so he thinks, if I go underneath this, I can still make that play.
They call that shooting the gap. If you shoot the gap, you're dead. If you shoot the gap and you try to go back door to play, if you don't make that tackle,
it's over.
So he thinks he can catch him from behind, in other words.
Because you think about our linebackers are not traditional linebackers. They're not the big physical guys. They're speed and agile guys. So he thinks, if I can go underneath this, I can still fast enough to come around and still make it.
So
and that didn't happen.
Is he just not fast enough?
No, he just got to do his job.
He just did his job wrong.
He just did what he wanted to.
But
my
whole point of bringing the play up is that G is just basically gun-ho. It's John Johnson's fault the whole time. And I'm saying the corner and JOK didn't do their job, which made John Johnson's job even harder, which it wasn't even his play to make to begin with. But effort, I can't say nothing about the effort.
All of the plays that have busted for the Browns this year, and you've watched every play.
Yeah, that all 22 is great.
It is great because it shows the deficiency jumps off the screen at you. You can say, there's the breakdown.
Yeah.
Who is most responsible? Which player is responsible for being in the wrong spot more than any other?
Probably JOK, right?
No, actually,
First of all, the fact that it's hard for him to answer.
Actually, to be honest with you, it's a lot of times on some of them runs where actually Phillips be be the one out of place.
Phillips, that's why.
Like the Stevenson one against the Patriots, I thought it was because JOK did, they called it like a coffee house technique. No, they went front side A-gap, and Jacob Phillips literally got moved. All he had to do was put himself this way. He went this way, created this big gap, and he hit it.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you look at the roster construction, this is why people talk about Andrew Berry. Unless you guys are going to watch the film and break it down like that, Tyvis just said something. He said, look, these guys are not traditional linebackers. They're very light. These guys are light in the pants, and when you got light guys up front, you got to have monsters
at D tackle.
It has to be. And those dudes have to do two things: penetration and take up blocks. It should take 2 blocks for you to move the defensive tackles. And the problem is they got guys who aren't big, and they're not strong, and they're soft, and then you got light linebackers.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why the run game is so effective. That's what I'm saying.
The Browns' mistakes
is never addressing that defensive tackle position.
Well, again, they did. They just addressed it wrong. They picked the wrong guy.
You got to get some big, strong guys, because the whole point of having agile linebackers is so they can free flow to the ball. They get there faster than anyone. But they can't because the dang 300-pound lineman and pushed up on them is hard to get off.
We got to bring in the Bengals reporter, but before we do, I want to ask one question. It's more philosophical in nature, but is it safe to assume that the bet the Browns have made is that you're better off with lighter, faster, athletic guys? Is it safe to say that's just not working right now?
It's not working now because you don't have the personnel. And that's what I told y'all like 3 or 4 weeks ago. I said it's not the scheme, it's the personnel. If you had better defensive tackles, then your theory will be correct because they keep them free.
So you don't necessarily have to go bigger and stronger at linebacker.
No, you don't have to because you have to find a way to have your
year go from thinking JOK was that guy to finding out for sure he's not.
Well,
their defensive tackle play, which wasn't great last year, was better than this year.
They have guys that were in the backfield. Take a look at their play.
Yeah.
He might have not been in his gap, but what's this guy that runs around naked?
And a lot of linebackers.
Oh, McDowell.
A lot of linebackers now are not that big. Like, the position has gotten smaller.
No, the NFL has trended away from the big linebacker to the fast athletic linebacker. You just got to get the right ones.